Hello everyone, now we are going to discuss the significance of permeation on distribution. How permeation process is going to affect the distribution of drugs. As we have discussed in our previous sessions, we know that distribution process is broadly categorized into two types. Based on the rate limiting step, the distribution process is either perfusion rate limited or it is permeability rate limited. We have already discussed the significance of perfusion rate on distribution process. In the current session, we will be discussing the significance of permeability on the distribution process. So, when a distribution process is said to be permeability rate limited. A distribution process is said to be permeability rate limited when the following criteria are met. The first thing is the drug molecule should be polar, ionic or water soluble. It should be polar or water soluble, or it should be an ionic molecule. In the second case, the membrane through which the drug is supposed to pass should be highly selective, such as any physiological barrier like BBB, blood-brain barrier. I repeat, a distribution process is said to be permeability rate limited when the drug molecule is polar, ionic or water soluble, and when the membrane through which the drug is supposed to pass is highly selective. As we have discussed, the distribution process is said to be permeability rate limited when the drug is polar, water soluble or ionic, and when the membrane is highly selective, such as physiological barriers such as BBB, blood-brain barrier. In both the cases, the distribution process is said to be permeability rate limited. When the perfusion or the blood flow to the entire tissues is rapid and uniform. Whenever the blood flow is rapid and uniform, the variation in the degree of distribution between tissues is an indicative of the difference in the tissue permeability of the drug, and the process will be tissue permeation rate limited. So, in case of ideal conditions such as whenever the perfusion or blood flow to the entire tissues is rapid and uniform, the variation in the degree of distribution between tissues is an indicative of the difference in the tissue permeability, and in such cases the distribution process will be tissue permeability rate limited. Now, coming to tissue permeation. Tissue permeation depends upon two factors broadly. The first thing is physiochemical properties of the drug, and the second is the physiological barriers. Our body has various physiological barriers and they affect the tissue permeation, and similarly the physicochemical properties of the drug, they affect the tissue permeation. In the current session, we will be focusing only on the physicochemical properties of the drug, and in the next session we will go through physiological barriers. But currently we will discuss how physicochemical properties of a drug, they affect the tissue permeation. So the various physicochemical properties of the drug that affect the tissue permeation are 4, that is molecular size, degree of ionization, partition coefficient and the stereochemical nature of the drug. The physicochemical properties of the drug that affect the tissue permeation are molecular size of the drug, the degree of ionization of that particular drug, its partition coefficient, and whether it has stereoselectivity or not. These are the factors which affect the tissue permeation. These are the factors related to drug that affect the tissue permeation. So let us discuss about each factor in detail. First, coming to the drugs whose molecular weight is between 500 to 600 daltons, they easily cross the capillary membrane, and the small water soluble molecules and ions below 50 Daltons, they enter the cell through aqueous filled channels. Small water soluble molecules and ions whose size is below 50 Daltons, they enter the cell through protein channels. And the drug molecules of larger size are restricted usually unless a specialized transport system exists for them. And the next is lipid soluble molecules. They dissolve in the cell membrane and diffuse into the cell due to the concentration gradient. We all know that due to their lipophilicity, they dissolve in the cell membrane and diffuse into the cell. But when it comes to polar and water soluble molecules, only molecules having molecular weight less than 500 to 600 Daltons, they easily cross the capillary membrane. And similarly, small water soluble molecules and ions whose size is below 50 Daltons, they also enter the cell through aqueous filled channels. But when it comes to larger molecules, they should have a specialized transport system such as active transport system. And however, the capillary membrane vary in their permeability characteristics depending upon the tissues. For example, capillary membranes of liver and kidney, they are more permeable to drug movement than the capillaries of brain. Capillaries of brain are highly selective, whereas the capillary membranes of liver and kidney are more permeable to drug movement. And the sinusoidal capillaries of liver are very permeable and they allow even the passage of large molecular weight molecules. Especially the capillary membranes of liver are very permeable and they allow even the passage of large molecular weight substances or drugs. So this is the overall representation of how molecular size is going to affect the distribution. As we have discussed, the molecules whose size is 500 to 600 Daltons, they easily cross the capillary membrane and enter the cell by passive diffusion. And similarly, water soluble ions or molecules whose molecular size is less than 50 Daltons, they enter the cell by aqueous channels or pores. And the larger molecular weight molecules, they are usually restricted, but they can cross if they have a special transport mechanism. And as we have discussed, the lipid soluble molecules, they dissolve in the cell membrane and easily cross the capillary wall. So this is the effect of molecular size on the tissue permeation. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on biopharmaceutics.